you go?
Yeah. Look, remember we was down and broke, no place to go. Now we got business.
Welcome to Free Game Podcast, y'all. It's your boy Keith, man. Back at it again. You know I got Coach Don with me to the right.
Yo, what's good?
And
Can't never get this right, man. I'm not good at it.
we got my boy Maya at the end of the table out there, man. All right, now we got our special guest. Tonight, man. We got Chuck, man.
He's a special guest, man. He a part of the team. What are you talking about?
Special guest, man.
I'm always a special guest to folks, you know what I'm talking about? But I'm here, man. Back down like SmackDown. What's good, gang?
There you go. Amen. Amen, my brother. Today we go.
That man said, amen.
we gonna talk about.
Hey, we need those giggles, man.
We gonna talk about the NBA playoffs. We gonna also talk about the knowledge of free game tonight. We gonna get that towards the end of the show. Also to let y'all know that we doing vlogs. We doing vlogs in the middle of the.
We giving the free game right now. I think you done explaining what you said, but we can do the free game afterwards.
Oh,
man. Is that how this go, man?
We do it at the beginning.
We just went over this shit, man.
We do it at the end.
He literally just went over it.
So we can start over.
Nah, we not starting over.
Look, man.
The bloopers are on Keith today, man. That's all right. Keep it going.
Hey, look. Like I was saying, we doing vlogs this summer. We're gonna have our last few episodes here in June, and then
This man
from
talking
July,
real proper.
from July, August, we gonna do vlogs, man. And we gonna come back with a nice little party for everybody. We talk about that too or not?
My man's been up since 5 in the morning, y'all, so forgive him. He gonna feed off our energy today. Usually he the one on 10, he on 20.
Yeah, y'all
right now he turned it
like,
down.
Welcome to
Welcome to
the
Free Game Podcast. This Free Game always your boy Keith.
Hey, somebody gotta change food batteries. Jesus, man.
I need a little nap or something.
Yeah, you gotta take them naps.
Put some batteries in his pack.
I almost got my chips.
But no, though, free game piece of the day, man. Don, go ahead and tell them.
And Free Game Pizza of the day, man. You know they got all these different hat clubs out here. Y'all sleep on a hat club that Lids and New Era have. Got exclusive fitteds on there, deals on hats. If you're a premium Lids member, you automatically can hop right in the mix and get those exclusive hats that you ain't gonna see a lot of people with. I got, of course. Not only is he a client, he's the president. I got on one right now, and I got one on the table. This Yankee joint, it's dope. So shout out to New Era for stepping their joint up. It's that scribble joint. Of course, you know I got the hometown heroes on right now. Now for sure, got that Golden State thing coming. They know what it is.
I can't even fit hats, so I'm gonna leave.
You just gotta get an 8
you
or
see
9.
my head big as hell.
If he can wear fitted hats, you can wear fitted hats.
I got a big head and I got too much hair, folks.
You Jamaicans be having hats.
That shit ain't gonna work.
They make custom Scullies.
Yeah, I need some custom shit.
I'll wear a Scully. Or a custom do-rag.
Alright, man, let's get to the business.
But nah, though, we gonna go ahead and get into it. It's on us, man. We ain't give y'all a prediction of the conference finals and what we thought of the second round. We had some technical difficulties that went on, but we back at it. So we gonna talk about our thoughts on the last round of the conference finals, and then we're going to give our predictions for the finals, man. Finals, this is Wednesday, we recording this, and the finals start tomorrow, man. So before we get into the matchup, let's get to it, man. Let's start off slow, then we're going to get into the real meat. And the slowest round, really the round we knew, it should have been a sweep. But it wasn't. Gentleman's sweep. Mavs versus GSW, man. Golden State won that in 5 games. Mm-hmm. How'd y'all feel about that past round, man?
They definitely could have used Tim Hardaway Jr. But when it boils down to it, really, man, it's just too many weapons offensively that Golden State has in their arsenal. And me being a real fan, like Golden State been playing horrible and still been whooping ass. It's like it's no letting up with those guys. Like they can turn it on at any given time. Like turnovers are at an all time high. A bunch of just like they're not really closing out on offensive rebounds like they should and putbacks. A lot of teams are able to score in transition off those rebounds that they're not getting in the steals and stuff like that. But for some reason, like they can come alive in that third and that fourth quarter. Like you got to really be up by like 30 to with like 3 minutes left on the clock to call it quits on them boys. That's how they ball, man. And it seems like each one of our starting scorers are kind of leading the charge on rallying back. You know what I'm saying? If we down or something like that. So
Yeah.
I like how the Mavs kind of played through Luka and I believe his name Brunson.
Yeah, Jalen Brunson.
They played through both of them. Even though that's not enough, because I feel like when it comes to like these type of sports teams, when this type of like playoff Eastern Conference Finals, you definitely need your big man to take charge. You feel me? Them the ones that like crash the board, second chance points. But if Luka and Brunson ain't hitting their shots, who go clean that up for them?
Yeah, Spencer Dinwiddie too.
yeah, he plays solid.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing with them though, they need another star. Because they got another, you know, they got a team full of shooters. They got Luka leading the charge, and then you got Brunson. He can go get a bucket, and Spencer can go get a bucket. But it's also like, who's that other talent that can lead like Luka, or at least be like second fiddle? Because it's like
taking over.
Yeah, because Brunson, he gonna get a bucket, but he not facilitating.
He's not that takeover person. Right?
Yeah, he not gonna facilitate. He not gonna get others involved. He really like a spark plug. So is Spencer. So it's like, besides, shooting and buckets, you need somebody that's gonna be able to really play some D, like that may be a big man Keith, like you said, or even just like facilitate and change the game in their own way. Chuck, man, all the way in ATL, man. How you felt, man? What you think about this past round, man?
Y'all all make really, really good points. When I look at the last series you saw in the Western Conference Finals between the Golden State Warriors and the Dallas Mavericks, it's the perfect storm for the Warriors. And what I mean by that is you come out of a series where you play a very young, vibrant, a team that's going to be somewhere in the future in terms of the Memphis Grizzlies and John Morant and the talent they have, and they push you to 6. And then you go to the next series, and then you play another great generational talent in Luka Doncic. But you play a team that's young and vibrant and fun. It's like the perfect storm for the Warriors because you give a chance for Klay Thompson to get back and get healthy and get his reps in and get his shots and, get some wind up under him. It gives time for, I think people forget, Andrew Wiggins was an all-star. Do y'all remember that he was an all-star starter this year?
A starter.
Where has he been since the all-star game? He's been missing, disappeared. But he had an amazing series against the Dallas Mavericks. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it was just a perfect storm for the Golden State Warriors because you give yourself an opportunity to fight through injuries and to work back through injuries and work back through slumps. And then you have these rare moments where Steph go off one game and Klay go off and Dre fills a box sheet. So I think it's just a perfect storm. Now, will it affect them if the storm is not at its right point in the finals? We don't know yet. But it was really cool to see the Warriors really just find their pieces and click like the old 2015, 2016, 2017 days. Yeah. For Luka Doncic, I agree with you, Maya. And you're going to need some help. I mean, Mark Cuban knows that. The failed experiment with Porzingis didn't work out. Like you said, you guys are right. I like the trio guards that they have. I think you find a way to keep some type of nucleus with keeping Jalen Brunson, you keep the Luka Doncic, you keep the Spencer Dinwiddie, you let them. You got 3 combo guards, 3 guys that can get a bucket. You keep them, but now you start plugging in other pieces that they need. You know, you say I heard you guys both say. Well, I actually heard all 3 of you guys say you need somebody who's going to facilitate because you got everybody that's a bucket, but who's going to facilitate? And who's going to actually play defense on the other end? You get what I'm saying? So they obviously got a lot of work to do, but I think my impressions of the Western Conference Finals is just perfect timing for the Golden State Warriors to just get everybody back and get the wheels rolling.
Yeah, definitely.
How do you feel about Tim Jr. if he was playing? Like, you feel like he would have been
I'd probably same result.
same result?
Same result. Same result. You know, you got to speak on that. Same result.
All right, cool. I just wanted to know.
I think also, I mean, just wrapped it up, you know, perfectly on that. You know, GSW, man, you know, you give them their flowers for this series. But also, shout out Luka, man, this whole playoffs, man. Luka has had the highest points per game in the playoffs since, Michael Jordan? That's crazy.
He ain't have a choice, though, you know?
Look, bro.
That nigga's White Mike.
White man can jump.
That's different, bro. So
no, I saw a clip real quick. I'm sorry to cut you off. I know we're gonna push to the Eastern Conference Finals. We definitely appreciate everybody watching free game, man. It's dope to see the growth, and we'll get into that a little later. But I saw a cool little clip. Like, you remember when Mike first came on the scene and he was busting the Celtics over the head with buckets?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, getting buckets open, going crazy. They did it like a little stat-by-stat, side-by-side comparison of Luka doing the same to a lot of the big name players, like the kind of one of the Mikes of the era, so the Stephen Curry and the Warriors, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or the series they had last year against Claude for a while, when they try to call Baby Mike when he actually playing. So it was just kind of funny, man. But Shorty White Mike, man, that's a cold-ass white boy, man. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
He do everything. It's like he doing everything with so little.
Yeah.
And it's scary. Because we gonna get in, we get into it right now. Because it's like, what's next for them? We already said it. Really, they need another player that's gonna facilitate, play defense, and things like that. But our free agency, who do y'all think they can get that's like that? Because if Luka is doing this with so little, if he get another nigga,
might be able to get a rookie
man,
or something.
it might.
Nah, he need like a that.
There's some rookies that's balling, man.
Not a rookie, huh?
Nah, he need like somebody who been in the game for a minute, who know what the playoffs is like, who like, okay, this what we got to do, bro. We got to crunch time, X, Y, and Z. Rookies just in there just to score. That's all they want to do is score. Like, you feel me? They ain't trying to go far. They just want to score. But somebody who been in the game about 4 or 5 years, they be like, yeah, let's get this. I'm tired of just scoring now. I want to win.
So we looking at free agencies. You know, to your point, Keith, I'm with you. A rookie not gonna get the job done. He gonna need somebody that's been in it. You know, with free agency coming up this summer, he could potentially. Kyrie Irving might be a free agent. Zach LaVine. It's a couple of more names, but we could probably pull that up. But it's like, what's a dog that they can get that y'all think will fit well with Luka?
Me personally, I think it got to be somebody like a big. I feel like
Even DeAndre Ayton, because they might not give him the max. He might want to leave.
Anybody can get him. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it got to be a big. Luka type of skills work with somebody who a big, not somebody who a guard. Like, he needs somebody he can just, all right, now I can just throw it up.
The 1-2
I
combo.
can just throw it up. He go dunk it down. And if somebody go play defense, I'm gonna get the blocks. You feel me? Down low. Cause Luka go score all around. He can score all around. He can score the top. He can pass ball. They got shooters. They don't need no more shooters.
Right.
They don't need no more offensive threats. They need somebody that's big. Somebody that's gonna come in and make a difference. They thought it was gonna be Porzingis, and it was not. That's what they need somebody to replace Porzingis. They ain't found that yet. So somebody to replace Porzingis, a big that's like a threat to that makes them look like, okay, these some hard hitters right here. And you wanna go get that out of a unicorn, my boy. You just can't.
Chuck, man, I see it look like you cooking up some stuff, man. What you think would be a good combo guard or combo fit Luka, man?
I'm just doing a little research, man. I keep forgetting I got a fan of this camera, not the other one. Tripping. Nah, man. I think the only solution is you find Doctor Strange, Metaverse. You just you try to see if Dirk can come back. Other than that, it ain't gonna be too much that's gonna fix the situation. And that was what was crazy is you hit a little. It's not the rumors around the NBA, but the usage that Luka Doncic has with the ball and the offense is one of the highest in the NBA. Mm-hmm. So you got to find a selfless player to play with. So when you mention Kyrie Irving, I laugh over here. I'm like, that's the least selfless individual I know. Yeah. Good guy, but that's not gonna work. And then we say DeAndre Ayton. Is that gonna work as well? If he can't deal with a Chris Paul attitude. Can he deal with a guy like Luka who really don't give a shit about nobody but himself and hooping and getting buckets? You know what I'm saying? So it's one of the things where it's like I don't know what Mark Cuban does. Do you get a big guy? Do you get a 1-2 punch? I heard Keith say a guy that's that 1-2 punch that Batman Robin. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna come in and get the job done. Or do you try to say, hey Mark Cuban, let's get pieces. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Let's find a perimeter defender like Marcus Smart. So let's play defense on the best player on offense so we won't tire our trio guards out. Let's get a large wing defender that can defend the 3s and the 4s. So when we play the Kevin Durant's, the LeBron James, the Paul Georges, we got somebody that can defend them, and Luka don't gotta shoot them out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So those are the things that I would kind of. As a fan looking in would think that Mark Cuban would want to do. Try not to focus on getting that next big superstar and try to build the small pieces around Luka and see, if he can have an opportunity to go to the finals and actually do something.
Yeah. So you thinking more just like a real-rounded team as opposed to another star, basically.
Yeah, I mean, think about who he's compared to. And just we seem to do this a lot. Not just with the free game, media outlet, but just a lot of outlets. We always find a way to circle around back to LeBron James. But then when LeBron first went to his NBA finals, 2000, 2007, against the San Antonio Spurs and Greg Popovich and Tim Duncan and the crew. Just build a team, even though if the team wasn't to what we said the team was trash, or if it wasn't, but the small pieces of the youngsters, the small pieces that he had, I think you build it to where it's like, all right, Luka's been in the league for about 5, 6, 7, 8 years, whatever you want to say, and he just snuck in and got him a little NBA Finals appearance. And then you start wondering, like, all right, since he's got in the finals, even if he got swept in the finals, or if he lost in a gentleman's sweep, or whatever you may call it, now he's ready to give him his second big max contract, and let's go get him a stud. So that's what I want.
All right. For sure. Definitely, because he does draw comparisons to Bron, so I can feel where you're coming from. Don,
just glancing at what I agree with Chuck. I think put some pieces around him. From the free agency. Man, they got a few of my players up in there. But you pair them up with him. You pair them up with him, man. He could do some damage a little bit.
Oh, for sure.
They got I know Keith mentioned a veteran, but you got Looney. He up for free agency. I know that we ain't finna let him go nowhere, but yeah. And then what you mean? He better than Porzingis? What you talking about?
He said that ain't enough.
That ain't enough. Looney?
Bro, he just did it with
He said Looney.
What you say, DeAndre Ayton?
Yeah.
Ayton ain't going nowhere, man.
Over some Looney?
Never know. They ain't gonna give him the max.
He ain't going nowhere, bro.
If he want his money, he might go somewhere.
He ain't going.
That'd be nice.
He might not get as much though. So.
That'd be nice to go to Mavs than to have Looney over there.
Well, you make it seem like he's just trash or something like that. Like that man.
Where you think they gonna go? With Looney. To the same spot.
Funny, man.
They gonna go to the same. Even if they did make it.
They gonna go past where Memphis went.
Here you go.
There you go.
There you
Start.
go.
For shit short.
Yeah,
Yeah, you let me finish.
Now
You didn't let me finish though. I said you pair him. I'm just snatching out of the.
Grizzlies ain't even pushed them to the 7. Did the Mavs push them? Did the Warriors to the 7? No. No, they didn't.
But they're done.
Mavs doing it too.
They didn't make it to that next round.
You want some cookies?
No, man. We don't want no cookies, man. We
let's
want the ship, nigga. What you talking about cookies?
Let's
Y'all
go
wanted
ahead.
cookies. That's why y'all ass at the crib.
We on vacation, man. See
Yeah, eating cookies, nigga.
Let's go ahead and go to the Western Conference, man. I mean Eastern Conference. We just got done with the West. Let's go to the East. Probably it was an okay series. It was kind of a snooze fest besides the first and last few games. But besides the first game and Game 6 and Game 7, each game was a blowout.
Yeah.
So
It's been a whole playoffs been blowouts after blowout after blowout.
I mean the conference finals. Conference finals. So with that, let's talk about Celtics versus Heat, man. How did y'all feel about that?
Man, let me start off with the Heat, man. Let me start off with the Heat. The last game, PJ Tucker was out there doing cardio.
He probably was injured though, bro.
Cardio. That man was out there 17 minutes. He ain't that injured. You out there 17 minutes.
I mean, it's different though.
17 minutes, only 4 rebounds, nothing else.
He was definitely injured though.
17 minutes, you ain't that hurt. 17 minutes is a lot of time. At least go, give me 2. He ain't got nothing.
Don't put that on top, dog.
I ain't gonna put it on top.
Alright, cool.
Because we got some more people up there who could have scored too. Like Kyle. Kyle only gave 15. Ain't nobody else really gave up big numbers but Bam and Jimmy. You feel me? Bam gave up 25.
They needed Hero.
Jimmy
They
only
needed
35,
Hero.
and Hero wasn't in the game. He came in 7 minutes, 1 assist, got up out of there.
He was hurt.
Hurt, so it's like you ain't had nobody. And
Took
then
advantage of him.
Oladipo, he taking some weird shots. He taking shots that shouldn't be taken. He tried to play hero ball. That you not him.
He was working himself back in. It seemed like
He not that guy though. That ain't you.
I think the biggest thing was it's like the Celtics. First, start off with the Celtics. Celtics is like, all right, bro, y'all they lost a lot of games that they should have won. Like Game 6, like they were supposed to win that game. The series was supposed to be over at Game 6. JB lost 2 free throws. Missed 2 free throws, and at the last few minutes, the Heat just came out of nowhere. So the Heat was persistent, no matter the injuries and who didn't, did what they were supposed to do in your opinion, Keys. But also this series was full of injuries. Marcus Smart was injured, Tyler Hero was injured, PJ suffered an injury, Kyle Lowry, even Tatum with his wrist, his shoulder. It was so many injuries. Even Robert Williams. Robert Williams don't even look like he was 100% in that last game, Game 7. So
Yeah, they've been limited him.
it was just like whoever is able to play the best without their best players or their best supporting cast is they would win.
And that's what professional basketball is about, man.
Put your whole entire body on the line just for a championship.
Yeah, so I feel you, but it's like at this point in the playoffs, ain't nobody is 100%. So you gonna see a lot of people looking like, all right, bro, why this nigga ain't doing nothing or what he doing, But most of the time is they going through the injury, which, like Don said, that's a part of the game.
Yeah, but I think Robin Williams came in and kind of adjusted to coming off an injury and gave the C's what they needed.
Yeah.
I don't see them making it past the Bucks. Was he play with the Bucks? I don't see them making it without him.
Yeah, they play.
Like you need him. Like he
big.
He big.
He's
You
big
getting a
for him.
bunch of second shot attempts with him, and he blocking shit. He playing that perimeter ball like you ain't getting in there like that. And all of them, they got some long players. So making it hard. You know, they switching like crazy. So
Yeah.
and I think with definitely the Heat needed a hero. Kyle was hurt. He should have just stayed off the Knicks.
His ass fat.
He threw that little system up.
Kyle felt like played decent though. It was some games he'll hit some shots.
Yeah, he hit some key shots.
That's
but
some shots that they need.
with those little weak little Chris Paul antics he be doing, man, he could keep that bullshit.
That's
man.
part of his game.
Play ball. This
He got a lot of
this the
charges
playoffs,
off
man.
that.
This the playoffs, bro.
He been doing that since what, 2019?
He been doing it since forever.
Since longer than that.
Doing it since forever, man. So,
I seen it with
get
him.
that shit up, dog. But at the end of the day,
Be drawing fouls off that shit.
Jimmy
dog.
Butler can't put up 40 game after game after game. Like he needed a hero to step in and kind of, you know, when he pop out, keep it cool. Let him.
Definitely shout out Jimmy.
Well, shout out Jimmy. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out Jimmy.
Bad shot, but if I'm Jimmy, I'm taking that shot. He deserved it.
My only thing with Jimmy is that
Could have tied it up.
we get into the shot was first game he had like what 40, 46, 47.
Mm-hmm.
And then game 2, game 3,
I want to say one of them games he was a little hurt.
yeah, it was like two games and a half because he missed a half. But after those next two games, it was just like, bro, you only scored like 9 or you was in like single digits. It was like, damn, Jimmy, like, what a game 1 performance at? Then he came back, game 6. 45, 47. I'm like, this nigga crazy, bro. It was like game 7. And then Chuck, if you got anything to say before we get into it, man, game 7, man, it was just me personally, I ain't like that shot. I know everybody's saying like that's custom made for.
Let's hold off on it. Let me get my little 2 cents in before we talk about the shot. I'm hearing. Some people don't like it. Some people would have took it. Some people don't. You know, we all over there with it. But nah, man, shout out Ime Udoka, man. He the man. Like he got the baddest shorty on the planet. You know? he got real life. He got real life USDA approved meat, man. He got it, you know. And he took a white man team, man, and he brought him to the chip. You gotta take some. You gotta get that man his flowers while you can. But it's hard for me as a Laker fan to root for the Celtics. It's really hard. It's really hard. Like it's sacrilegious, man. It's one of those things that you just don't do. But you appreciate the team for what it is, and believe it or not, I'm a big fan of Marcus Smart. I really, really like his game.
Shorty.
I think he not only is he a gritty player,
Proved himself.
he's calmed down. But when he first got in the league, he was problematic. You know, he would get technicals just for being a hothead. You know, he would do obnoxious shit. You know what I'm saying? He would just be like a little jerk. But now you can tell he's poised. He's a veteran. He takes being a decoy serious. He takes being a leader serious. You know what I'm saying? So I like him. Obviously, the emergence of JT. I appreciate the Kobe Bryant tribute by wearing an armband, but I don't like it ever. Don't ever mix Laker royalty with that green and white bullshit. I just didn't get it, didn't like it. But for the Heat, Jimmy Butler, man, he did all he could do. He's one of the best two-way players we got in the NBA, and nobody should expect Jimmy Butler to put up 43 times in one series. You know what I'm saying? I think that's a little asinine. I think it's messed up. Injury bug getting him hard. It's an amazing series. It could have went either way. I personally think the Heat can win the series because I felt those other players we talked about. We felt the PJ Tuckers, and to Keisha's point, why you out there for 17 minutes not doing a damn? You know what I'm saying? Why is Kyle Lowry shooting 7 threes when we make them one in the game? 7. You should focus on hitting threes and spotting up a jump shot instead of throwing your fat ass body around trying to get charged. You know what I'm saying? You gotta pick your poisons, man. Because I really like Eric Spoelstra, one of the most underrated coaches in the game. And I think he out-dueled the young phenom coach for the Boston Celtics but he outdueled him. He just ran out of pieces. You know what I'm saying? He kept penetrating the castle. He kept figuring a way to sneak stuff out. It don't matter if he had 6 or 7 or 8 guys playing. But at the end of the day, he just kept running out of pieces. And the Celtics really just snuck out of there, to be honest with you. You know, so, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you hit it right on the head, man. We can go right into it, man, because like I was saying, that shot, like people say it's custom made for Jimmy. That's Jimmy. He did everything. You know, I'm not saying he shouldn't have took a shot, just not that shot. It's like, bro, if you look at it, it's 16 seconds left. 2, you only got Al Horford in front of him. And Al Horford is a pretty decent defender, but it's like, we know Jimmy is going to get his free throws. You know he can bounce off anybody and get a free throw or get a tough bucket. It's like, that's an easy lay, bro. Take that and then get either 3 the hard way or take a tie. But I also feel what other people were saying, man. They was like, you know, you don't want to go in the OT with a banged up Heat team. It's like, they banged up too, man. Take that. You go to OT, they demoralized now. They looking like, dang, we got they done came back. They was low key fighting back the whole game. Celtics led wire to wire, and it was just based off Jimmy. It was just like folks just really just out here hooping. It's like, dang, man, that get in your head as a hooper. Like, dang, we can't get these niggas out of here. Now we in OT. Look, man, that's just me. What y'all think, though? Y'all think he should have took the shot?
So, I'm not mad that he took the shot, but thinking for like, I know he like, man, let's get rid of these niggas. But who was it? Struss? Did he just Struss. Did he just pop a 3?
That man shot from half court, bro.
Is he open? But not only that, man, I like you said, he only got Al Horford in front of him, so I'll just go for the easy 2. And
that was the other thing.
Or get the N1 or something like that.
Yeah, that was the other thing. Like you just said, Jimmy took the shot. Then the next play, this nigga Strus then take a half court shot.
It was like then 8 seconds left.
It was like 8 seconds left. This nigga take a half court shot, bro. So
yeah, so I mean, you gotta live and die with him making that decision. That's what he wants to do. So
yeah, man. When you're the leader of a team, when you an alpha male like him, and you tired of looking over your shoulder to see if any other of these little pups gonna turn into alpha men, let they nut turn, you get tired of that shit. And I think that Jimmy was one of those things that was like, every time we go to the huddle, I know it's at least 10 set of eyes on me, looking like what to do next.
What you gonna do?
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what should we do next? It didn't start game 7. It should start at game 5. You can tell game 5 the blowout. You see Jimmy sitting on the bench. You see like, man, these niggas are going home when they go back to Boston. It's gonna be the last time they play basketball. And then Jimmy backpack niggas game 6.
Yeah.
First half of game 7, you see Jimmy backpacking his same niggas. And it's just one of those things where, like, we live in this what if life, you know what I'm saying? If he hit that shot, man, we celebrate the shot, bro. So I don't think it's a bad shot. I get the analytics, 30% three-point shooter this year, terrible. Didn't really shoot too well from the three-point line in the playoffs in general. He really didn't shoot too well this series from the three-point line. So it's like, yes, the analytics-wise, it's a bad shot, but I mean, we've all played ball in some capacity in our life, and we know what those big shots can do for people with big-time players. And he's already a big-time player. He was just really trying to have his name ring bells. And like I said, he hit that shot, man. We talked something different, so.
Yeah.
I would have took it because I deserve to take that shit because I've been balling my ass off for the last 8 quarters.
Yeah. Me personally, I would have been
No, I'm just laughing at how he usually got so much energy.
I'm chilling, man.
I'm man off downers in this joint.
I'm in this one.
You could
Pushing.
He's at me.
I ain't like the shot. Shoot, I wanted you to I want you to play smart. You feel me? Like go get the N1, like you said. He always bouncing off people.
You feel me? Could have got the layup, could have got the dunk, could have got the something. You feel me? So overall though, point being, even if the Heat did beat the Celtics, I damn near don't think they would have made it past the Warriors. They ain't even got the pieces to beat the Warriors. As much as I want Jimmy to win a ring, they was gonna get beat up by the Warriors, bro. Especially without Hero.
Celtics definitely a better matchup.
That's a better matchup. So I'm gonna shout out Bam though, because you know he did his thing for this as much as he could. 25 points, 11 rebounds. You feel me?
He was going missing some games too.
But we need Joel Embiid. That Heat team needs,
Big facts.
they need
Big
Joel
facts.
Embiid. Like he said, like Joel said, he need another superstar.
So that go into our next one. We was talking about Dallas. You know.
Oh, that'd be murderous.
Needing, you know, who would they need? Are we saying that the Heat should go after Joel?
Of course. I would.
So you say you place JoJo on the Heat or Dallas?
The Heat?
Or Dallas?
Yeah, he don't want to go to Dallas. He tweeted, like Keith said, he
Wanna go to the
tweeted
Heat?
saying like the Heat needed like another superstar.
That's
And he still got.
That's next level, man. That's next level, man. If that happens, that's because we saw a glimpse of it in Philly, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He
We
like
saw-
playing. He
still
like
think
playing
he's
with. He
small
like playing
glimpse
with
of it.
Jimmy, right?
He's still butthurt about Jimmy leaving the 76ers.
He's still trying to
And
figure out
then
why y'all
if
let
we
him
really,
go.
really look at it, it's one shot away from them possibly making a legacy of their own. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that Kawhi shot bounced around the rim. If it bounces one more time the opposite way, we don't know what the story of Jimmy, Tobias, Ben, Joel, we don't know what the story is. We just don't know. You know what I'm saying? Do they go on and win a championship? You know what I'm saying? So we just don't know. We don't know.
I honestly think, like I said, Joel should go. He should go to the Heat. He goes to the Heat. You feel me? Like you said, Chuck. They already played with each other. You feel me? So they already got the chemistry. They already got a brotherhood. They already got everything that they need to take any team that they own further than where they need to go. So it's just all it is that the people around them click. You know, if you got Tyler Hero,
You got a lot of people moving around.
you got a lot of people moving around. You got Tyler Hero clicking. You get a little bit of Kyle Lowry clicking every now and then. You get Victor hitting his little shots every now and
They
then.
ain't gonna have all them.
They ain't
niggas
gonna
if
have
they
that.
get-
No
they
Bam.
get Joel.
Yeah, it's like, at what cost do you
no
do
Kyle.
that?
Yeah.
Like,
Honestly,
how many people? Because it's like, for me,
Kyle
I know
gone,
as much as I know.
Bam gone.
See, I don't want Bam gone. It's scary. I don't know. I like Bam. So it's like, do you really sacrifice Bam, Tyler, and another shooter and some picks and maybe some trade considerations to get
Truce.
Joel?
They
That's
not-
just
they not gonna get rid of
another big
Tyler.
task.
They go keep.
Truce
They
gone.
not gonna get rid of Tyler Rose.
Robinson gone.
Nah, he
won
gone.
Kyle
He just won
gone.
$6 million.
Either Bam or Tyler is gone. They can't
They
keep
Can't
both.
keep both of them.
Man, put
Not only that,
contact
there's 3 more
nigga in the
people.
box
Duncan gone.
and put a
Yeah,
FedEx label
Truce
on the
gone.
goal, man.
You can get them gone. Keep Tyler. You don't. If you got Joel,
You got to pick Bam or Tyler.
I'm keeping Bam over Tyler.
So you gonna have Bam and Joel on the same team?
Hell
Cheat
yeah.
sheet.
Hell yeah.
So Bam coming off the bench.
That defense. Stupid.
No, they start
start
together.
Yeah,
together.
that
You ain't never
JoJo
seen
going to the
anybody
3 line, lighting it up.
together.
So you gonna have.
They gonna be
So who
huge.
playing? Who
that'll
playing power forward?
that'll just have to be on Bam.
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 Y'all just
playing
have to,
power
because he
forward.
already undersized. Y'all just be on Bam. Like, y'all have to tell him, bro, work on your jump shot. Get this jump shot ready so you can be able to spread the floor. Joel can already do anything. Like you said, he can transform into Kobe. He can transform into anybody he wants to. Nigga got a skill set like that.
Yeah.
That defense.
Now, Bam
You
and
don't like that-
Joel.
so you
Bam
don't
and
like that
Joel.
Tyler
done it.
skill set though.
No, I'm good on the Tyler.
Tyler skill
You
set.
just said you
decent.
wanted a big man. Make up your damn mind, man.
I said Joel get rid of Bam and keep Tyler.
You said a big man, a big man.
He was talking about for Dallas.
Tyler Hero reminds me of Jack Harlow.
Well,
Why you taking up for him, man? Let him
I'm
take it.
I'm just saying.
So I'm straight.
Grab
on
those
both
pom
of
poms right there.
Don't do that, man. Don't do that now, bro.
Let that man talk his own talk.
I'm just
bro.
saying, bro.
I'm saying I don't need no niggas double teaming me, bro.
Alright, bro.
He said, Chuck, help.
I ain't looking for no help from Atlanta.
Nah, Vice. Nah, Lord got it on his own. Sure,
Get
yeah,
active,
he stand on
man.
his own 2 feet. You know what I'm talking about?
I'm from Chatham, man.
I'll take that chain off, yo.
That ain't happening. I ain't even reach for it, nigga.
That's a pretty chain, too.
Yeah, for a pretty nigga. Pretty tongue is what they call me. All right, man, moving on.
Yeah, but nah, I think we all can agree that Joel will definitely be OD for the Heat.
Yeah, that's saucy.
That's a chip.
That's saucy.
That's a chip, in my opinion. That's a chip. Like,
So you saying, when the KD
Yeah.
ain't got it, gone, Giannis gone?
yeah.
It's a cheat sheet.
I don't think any other duo, because it's like Jimmy showed us a lot, bro. Him being in the playoffs and leading a team like he did to the conference finals, like the Heat. Like the Heat is a good team, but you can tell they just need another star.
This is second time, right?
Yeah, this is second time doing that. Imagine if he had another star with him at the caliber of Joel. Joel is a
Elite.
Yeah, that's elite, bro. That's superstar. Like, that's crazy. Like, we ain't talking about no Bradley Beal, no Zach LaVine with Jimmy or nothing, which is they good players. But we talking about a
Super
Joel
stars.
dominant.
Man, put him on the Grizzlies.
They already got Jaren Jackson over there, man. They got a good core over there.
I like Grizzlies.
They got
Did
a
you
good
pray
core
for them? You were saying amen and stuff earlier.
Man,
Hope you pray for them boys. Oh, they good though.
they gonna be straight, man.
They'll be alright, man. You keep rooting for them, they gonna be
No,
alright.
they definitely need another star. If they used to get another star, I don't know who.
But no, though, man. Let's get into it, man. The matchup
Oh,
tomorrow.
Yeah. I wish I had. What's that, man? I had come Friday, man. That joint looks so nasty, G. Just bought a brand new throwback, old school Warrior lick.
I think one of the fans DM'd our account. They said, "Is folks really like a day one fan?" They said they remember you hopping on when stuff got hot. I ain't gonna say who it was.
They can say whatever they want to, man.
Yeah, I saw that in one of the messages, man. I don't know if I want to address it. You know, I will say, we were talking pre-show. We were setting up and talking.
I gotta check that
I
out.
will say Don is one of the two OG fans that I know.
Excuse me?
Hey, hold on.
Excuse me?
He said somebody was in the DM doing what? I gotta check that out, shorty.
Look at that, man.
They said, "Is Don really a fan?" Because I remember folks only got the jersey when stuff got hot, man.
I ain't have a jersey, but
And
I had
they also,
that.
and they look. They said back in like 2013, 2014, they asked you who was your favorite player was. You said you don't like star players like that. They said you like the Ray Allens and shit.
Shooters.
That's what they
Which
said.
is Steph Curry.
That's what they said.
Shooters,
bro.
which is Steph
Steph
Curry.
Curry wasn't shooting like that in 2013, though.
Look at you, man. You just can't stop caring.
What you
They
mean?
done, man. They at the crib, bro.
They bring you up on charges, though, G. What
He
they-
trying, man. He salty about that L they took.
What you got to
And
say?
both of them lost the bet. I don't gotta say nothing,
You ain't
man.
got nothing to say
I
about
got
that.
nothing to say, man. I know where my loyalty lies.
I'm still
Yeah, he the only OG Warrior fan that I would say in our friend group that I will allow to be a fan because he really do. He rock with them. The 2 years they took off, he was, for me, honestly, one of the only true Warrior fans that was still rooting for him. You know, I'm not gonna call our brother out when our other brothers in the chat, or our other brother in the chat, or the other brother that root for a whole bunch of brothers at one time. You get that if you get it how you get it.
Oh yeah, that brother drunk.
But yeah,
We gonna call him what the player.
That brother's a thespian for a bunch of niggas playing basketball and stars.
This man
But
said, damn, 5 of my favorite players finna play each other.
When he
He
say
said,
that,
damn, 5 of my favorite players finna play each other. I don't know who to root for.
We're not gonna do that. Somebody's gonna.
I know somebody coming out on top.
Don is an OG. He's an OG Warriors fan.
He trying to get
And
it cooked.
I kind of just, I guess I just want to jump in real quick and just get to this topic. It's the big one that everybody wants to know. Like, for me, all the news that's surrounding is surrounding one player. It's not even a factor. People aren't really talking about who's really going to win. Yeah, some people going to say Celtics is the defense. Some people going to say Warriors as the offense. But, like, for me, I think the biggest storyline, because this is a series that I dreadfully don't want to watch for obvious reasons, of Celtics and Warriors, you know, two of the Lakers' biggest rivals. Not even long term, but even in the last, let's just say, X amount of 10 years. Man, Steph gotta get MVP, man. Because
If Steph don't get an MVP,
what does this really say about bro? Like, he has to get an MVP. And it's very possible he probably won't.
You think he won't get a Finals MVP if they win?
What if Clay give you 2 games where he scored 32 like he did last series?
Or even what's folks' name? Jordan Poole, man.
Nah, he ain't getting it.
Pool party.
What if Jordan Poole go crazy?
Pool party.
What if Andrew
I'm gonna say
Wiggins
Wiggins.
like
Wiggins.
all-star
Wiggins
starter?
got a chance of.
So let's get into that though, because that was talked about earlier. Well, that was yesterday. That was talked about yesterday with Draymond talking about basically, you know, he always got to try to shit on somebody. He was saying like, if you don't believe in, if you don't watch basketball, of course you gonna say that Steph need a Finals MVP for his greatness. And he got into all this other stuff about on his podcast about Steph having a bigger impact than KD and things like that. And KD was basically just like, my point of view.
Nigga, shut up. Man, if you don't shut your stupid ass
In my point of view, that's 100% false. So it's a thing with just like with Steph, because it's a reason for him even bringing that up. Because it's like a lot of people, like Chuck said, do think that it's like Steph need that MVP to just be like solidified at least top 10. Top 10, in my opinion. Top 10. He already the greatest shooter of all time. There's also like playoff accolades. Of course, they gave him the Magic Johnson Award, and they gave Tatum the Eastern Conference Award, which is another thing. But it's like, all right, now we giving them these other awards. It's like, are they really giving like much clout for these awards? Like, okay, I don't know. Like that's another nitpicking. But like, what do y'all think? Like, do y'all think Steph as a player needs this Finals MVP?
I don't think he need it. Like,
I would say yeah.
He don't need it.
Only because it's still that KD banter to just go ahead and shut the hecklers up.
Mm-hmm.
Just do your thing. You know, make niggas remember why KD came to play with us in the first place.
Let's not do that. No.
I'm just stating facts, like, you know. He came to play with us. We was that team.
That's true.
You are not him.
But I also,
shut up. I am that guy. No.
I just think also like the Warriors and they fans also like y'all act like y'all don't like KD wasn't needed also.
I'm not saying that he wasn't needed. I'm saying
we can say that.
I'm
really
stating the obvious.
Without KD, Bron probably win like 3 or 2 more.
We don't know. That's a what if. But what we do know is KD came to play with us. He definitely needed us.
Yeah, y'all definitely needed him.
We needed each other. But at the end of the day, he came to us.
Hey, Keith, can I ask why you say Steph doesn't need Finals MVP? If you don't mind me asking.
I don't think he don't got nothing to prove now. Like what is he? What more do he got to prove? He 3-time champion, greatest shooters of all time. Probably he is a top 10 point guard. I think he is a top 10 point guard. He literally changed the game.
He's a top 5 point guard.
Top 5 point guard. He literally changed the game of basketball by just shooting. Literally just by shooting. Like he don't need to. He won a championship before KD. He won some with KD. He might even win one after KD. So it's just like what you need the Finals MVP for. Like you already shutting them down by doing what you've been doing the last 5 to 7 years. So it's like the Finals MVP. That's just icing on the cake. That's just he a Finals MVP now. That's just gonna put him in the talks of the greats. As far as like what Jordan.
There we go.
Keyword.
That's the trigger word I was looking for.
You want to have you want to have him in talks with with Jordan, and you want to have him talks with Kobe and all this other stuff. Like that's cool, but he's still top 5 point guard of all time, multiple championships, the greatest shooter of all time.
10 player.
Is he top 10 player?
Player of all time, not point guard player.
Top 10 player? I give him a top 10 player. He changed the game. Somebody who could change the game like he did.
You said AI changed the game.
I would say he influenced the game based on what y'all.
Stephen Curry will never be in my top 10 players of all time if he does not have a Finals MVP. You can kiss my ass.
So what was you about to just go into, Chuck?
I mean, I just want to put it in the space like he said. A keyword trigger was great. I want you guys. Let's do this. This is fun for the fans to see. Hopefully, fans will throw theirs in the comments in the chat if we miss one. Name just like random players, or you can just name them. So you just say if Maya says Kobe, if Don says Mike, if Keith says Magic, what all three of those players got Finals MVPs. Yeah. But if you say Larry, if you say Kareem, if you say Shaq, if you say, you say all these players, they have Finals MVPs. So like that's what puts you in a spot. Is like I know what Keith is saying. Curry doesn't have a lot to prove anymore. I feel you on that. But for him, when you want to be good at your craft, and I think Curry is one of those competitors that want to be good at his craft, you want to look up and say, I want to have everything else my contemporaries got, or more. So yeah, I know I'm the greatest shooter of all time. That's something none of them can ever do. But damn, do I want to really look in the same era as LeBron James and know that he got 4 Finals MVPs and I got none? You get what I'm saying? You say I want to argue to be the greatest point guard of all time. But I can't argue to be the greatest point guard of all time if I look up and Magic has 4 Finals MVPs, 3 Finals MVPs. You know what I'm saying? So it's just one of those things where you got to kind of like, I think for Curry, he has to have one. Mm-hmm. This has to be the one. You can't get it stolen like Iggy stole it back then. You can't have I just call Andrew Wiggins Harrison Barnes. You can't have Andrew Wiggins stolen like Iggy did back in the day. You can't have a Jordan Poole or a Klay Thompson doing it. You have to be the one to say, I was the best player on the best team in the postseason. It has to be you. He has to be hoisting it at the end of this finals.
But think about it. Okay, you saying that even if he get 1, like you said, these other players got 4 or 5 Finals MVP. That means he would, in order to be matched up with them, he would at least have to win 3 more and get.
No, not necessarily. What's always better than 0 gang? Gang, what's always better than 0? At least 1. I bet you Reggie Miller and Charles Barkley wish they would have had at least 1. You get what I'm saying? Like,
they ain't even
at least 1.
They ain't even no ring.
And that's why they're not considered the greatest.
They ain't got no ring. At least
now he's the greatest shooter.
At least he has a ring. He possibly
you still need that. You need that other piece of jewelry that come with that, man. It's just
it's NBA. It ain't too many point guards that can say like I got 4 rings.
But
it's like these unwritten rules, man. You need that, man.
Yeah, the biggest thing, like you said, that's unspoken rules, but it's also like, what does the Finals MVP show? That you led your team to victory. There's only one other. There's only one.
Clutch, they coming to you.
There's only one nigga that got Finals MVP and they lost, and that's Jerry West. The nigga balled out so hard, he got Finals MVP and he lost.
The Celtics, crazy.
So it's like you need that to be able to show like I'm here, honcho, and like you got that joint. You didn't get it, but Iggy got it. It's like Iggy is like, bro, what's going on? Stop.
Well, he definitely was hooping though.
He was.
You can't take it away. That
but Iggy had a good
he was shooting, dunking, rebounding.
But percentage wise,
though.
But when it comes to this, because we talked about this earlier, it was like if Iggy didn't play, they probably don't win. If Steph don't play, they probably don't win. Iggy shouldn't be in that conversation saying if he's not there, they should not be winning. You get that? Because that's wild.
You get that? All right, next page.
No, not like that. No, not like
he's
that.
A good. I'm just saying. But I'm saying though, Andre Iguodala at that time was a very important piece to the Warriors.
He was the vet.
Not only the vet, he's a vet who's an all-around player. He can give you anything the Warriors want. Yeah. He's a hustler. He's a defender. He's a three-point shooter. He's a dunker. He's a rebounder.
I wouldn't say he's a three-point shooter. He was a 3 shots.
He did some big shots.
In that game, he shot what he
That's
needed
when
to
Max
shoot.
was Kellerman was talking about
like,
take Iggy over
But
Curry.
what Jeremiah is saying, what Maya is saying is, why is it taking us to hype Iggy so much when Steph should be the bona fide dog? He should be dropping 35 a game, giving niggas 8 threes a game and going crazy. Iggy was still getting 32 points put on a night by LeBron, and he won Finals MVP.
Yeah.
Do y'all not see the wildness in that?
Yeah.
It's maddening to me that the Finals MVP was a guy that got 32 points dropped on his head each and every night. Steph should have played better, and he would have been Finals MVP, which is why this one, being the vet, being the guy that he is, being the age he is, the repertoire that he has, he should win the Finals MVP.
Yeah,
if he does not win it this year, I do not want to hear him in my top 10.
But it's first off, it's LeBron. Who can really guard LeBron? He's one of those players that's, again, almost unguardable. Nah, not really. Kawhi can't really guard LeBron.
He ain't putting 32 on Kawhi, bro.
He'll put what?
Not 7 games straight.
Okay, probably what?
Nah.
He go what? Probably what? 25. He go
He's
get
gonna
25 plus.
He gonna get a dub.
There's
He gonna give a dub. He gonna get a dub just getting to the free throw line alone.
That is true. LeBron that not gonna get that.
He go get 25 to 30 every game.
There's only one time he was like he shit the bed, and that's Dallas, and that's because of the fit between him and D Wade.
He's not gonna ever play a game in the playoffs where he's not gonna give you 30. I don't care if it's KD, Giannis.
Did y'all not forget the series against the Spurs? He lost when Kawhi was locking him up. He averaged like 22 points, 20 points. I feel it, but okay. I mean, yeah. But get back to your point. I got you.
Did he only average 22?
Probably was a little bit more, but it wasn't the LeBron James of like every other finals he averaging 32 points. They lost that series, and Bron wasn't the Bron, because when Kawhi was checking in, the nigga was on the free throw line like, fuck. Here comes this little young wild nigga again. I gotta let him guard. I gotta let this nigga with these prison breaks guard me up and down this court, 94 feet nonstop. Nah, I remember him having some trouble that series. But I do feel what you're saying, Keith. It's LeBron James. He's gonna put it up. I just feel like there's no way in hell Steph shouldn't have been Finals MVP.
And then KD came.
Yeah, well,
got the next
who's
two.
a better player and got the back-to-back because he should have.
Let me get
so
that.
Now Steph, no, it should be nobody else.
Let
me get that real quick. They said they don't need me, but they need me. Do that. But no, though.
Yeah,
man.
let's get to the gristle.
What y'all think, though? Predictions. You know, this is a new segment that we got. Spit your game, man. You either think that you think GSW is gonna win or the Celtics is gonna win, and tell us why.
All right, so first, let's clarify that y'all both lost bets to me on both ends. So you owe me a meal, and you owe me a meal. You might owe me two.
You owe me a meal.
You better go watch the footage. Watch the footage, bro. Watch the footage.
Not bet on Minnesota,
watch the
bro.
footage.
I was talking to Don. I think that was off camera.
Watch the footage. If
That was
it's on the
off
footage,
camera.
if they on camera, if they ain't on camera, that shit ain't happen. Anyway,
so I'll get my wings, bro.
my shit on footage.
That's crazy, bro.
My joints on footage.
Folks better tell us in Minnesota. We here now. We in Minnesota now, and they got
Till
going.
I speak my piece.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Of course, I'm going with the Dubs.
Why?
And I'm going to tell you why. We got too many offensive weapons. The Celtics do got us on the switch as far as defense. GSW got the worst in the league. But we putting up so much offense that shit really ain't even going to matter. Now, I'm going to tell you what's going to be a deciding factor for us really kicking the C's ass. Andrew Wiggins, he got to ball his ass off. We gonna need my man to ball like the reason why he playing in the All-Star game.
So not not Steph.
Everybody else gonna do what they've been doing, but we really need some consistent offense from A. Wiggins. He's gonna be one of the deciding factors in our game. And don't forget, Gary Payton back.
Yeah.
He back like good crack, so we good.
Joey Crack.
The last thing is experience. And what it's going to come down is to a Pop's people battling out. May the best guy win. Kurt finna bust his ass, man.
Keys, man. You want to spit your game real quick, man?
You done?
I'm done, man. And I want my food.
First off, I'm gonna go with the Celtics only because we got a Celtics team that defeated Giannis. The Bucks that just won the championship last year with the same team minus what? Middleton. Mm-hmm. One player.
Tucker.
Beat them. Oh, Tucker too? Okay.
That was a deciding factor.
Okay. It's still a championship team, right? Gone. KD and Kyrie. Gone. What are you saying? He's defeating the best players. Jimmy Butler, who's supposed to be superstar caliber. Gone. He's beating these people. The Celtics, the underdogs that really wasn't winning. Like, oh no, we don't think they finna make it to the finals. We wouldn't even talk about them making it to the finals. Mm-hmm. We talking about the Nets making it to the finals. We even talked about the Bulls trying to make the Eastern Conference Finals. We got Celtics in the finals, beating one of the toughest teams in the East. The Warriors probably had it easier, a lot easier than the Celtics, and they played terrible. Warriors played terrible against this easy team.
You still got rid of them.
I'm gonna talk.
We didn't do
got
no
rid
game
of
sevens.
But you damn near almost
We
had
didn't
to
do
go
no
to
game sevens. We got some rest, G.
You got some.
We got some
y'all
rest.
got blew out by a lot of these teams.
That's okay.
A lot of these
we gave a bunch of
premature
these
teams.
Gentlemen sweeps, bro.
The Grizzlies are still premature teams.
Don't talk about your team like that.
And then they just go to 7.
He just going crazy.
They went to 6.
They went to 6.
Know your
That's still tough.
Know your math, G.
That's still tough to let the
The
without
Celtics
Ja,
is tired, bro.
Bro, no superstar taking them to 6.
They tired.
No superstar. Grizzlies taking the Warriors to 6.
I'm tired.
Come
bro.
on, G.
So
That's what I'm saying. So now you got the Celtics. Celtics is putting in work on the defensive side, which defense wins championships, right? You talking about all offense threats, everybody scoring.
But I had
who's
the
gonna win the
C's coming.
championship?
I had the C's coming out the East on the rip. So, but at the end of the day, I'm rolling with the Dubs, bro.
As you should.
Yeah, we could put another meal up on there. You just be over here.
Who's the difference maker in your
He don't know.
And the difference maker, I say just the coaching.
The coaching,
like cause they all go play the same game. Marcus Smart go play the same game. He been playing all playoffs.
He still
Jason Tatum go play the same game. Even if he is a little hurt, he still go play his defense. That's all that, and that's what wins championships. That's what wins championships. And Gary Payton still a little hurt. Oh, okay. So as I was saying,
we just going without him though.
It really comes down to some real smart coaching. It's up to the two coaches to make the right calls and the right decisions and the right plays. The Celtics go do their thing. They literally show that they've been consistent all playoffs, doing the exact same thing, the exact same defense, the exact same plays. Ain't nobody stopping.
How many games?
They gonna go to 7.
7.
Steve Kerr ain't gonna let that go to.
We ain't going to 7.
Steve Kerr ain't gonna get them going like that.
How many games you say?
I'm saying a gentleman's sweep, but to be fair, I'm gonna get them boys 6.
Damn.
I'm gonna give them 6. I'm gonna give them 6.
Yeah,
I
said. You talking about 4 games, bro?
No,
I said a gentleman's sweep.
So
so you gonna get 1 game?
We gotta get rid of them niggas. We not gonna get them life like them other people did. We getting rid of shit.
What they put in your sauce, man?
It don't matter about that. You was drunk.
Let me
Go ahead. Go ahead, Tug. I'll go after you, man.
Man, now, what I was going to say, I read an interesting stat earlier this week stating that this is the first time we've seen the number 1 and number 2 efficiency rating defense play against each other since the Supersonics and the Bulls in the 90s. So it was pretty interesting that we're going to get 2 of the best defensive teams in the season to play against each other. So that's when Don said gentlemen sweep, I laughed. I think he goes 6 or 7 as well. I think it's going to be a very long series. I think the NBA going to milk it out. They got Scott Foster calling a couple games. You know, he going to make sure the Boston get a few of them. So I just feel this will go a longer series. I know people are concerned with Marcus Smart. I think dogs like that, they just fight through it. You know what I'm saying? Like real dudes like that, they ain't trying to hear that they injured. Jimmy ain't trying to hear that he injured. He played and he gonna fight through it. Like Don made a good point, the switches. They switch on every single thing. And I think that's big, and it's a stat also out that Stephen Curry, when Marcus Smart is guarding him, he shoots like 29 to 30%.
Yeah.
That's low.
Yeah.
It's really, really low.
Yeah.
So I don't focus on the Marcus Smarts. focus on Stephen Curry's. Yeah, I want Stephen to ball out, so he can get a Finals MVP. What is this other player? Like we said, the Andrew Wiggins, the Jaylen Browns. We know what Jason Tatum gonna do because he's done it against Haiti, he's done it against Giannis, he's done it against Jimmy. The boy is a bucket. You know what I'm saying? He gonna do what he gonna do. But it's just the other pieces around. And then I think Keith and Don both said it. The coaching. I'm like really excited to see this coaching matchup between an old wily coach and Steve Kerr, and then a young, vibrant, a guy that gets a lot of respect and with the Boston Celtics. So, who do I have? As bad as it sounds, I never want to want these boys to win. I don't really like these khaki color killers, these beige bandits. I really don't want to root for them, but the Warriors will win this series. The Warriors are definitely going to win. They're going to make it happen. I predict Stephen Curry wins Finals MVP. He has to. He has some big games, but I do think it does go 6 or 7 games. The big three get there. That'll be their 4th ring together, and they get to consider themselves like a real-life dynasty. We finally did something without, people saying we couldn't do it without KD. They do it, and that's their story. And, a good redemption story for Klay Thompson as well. So I just say 6 or 7. But I have Warriors winning and Stephen Curry being a Finals MVP. And Stephen Curry being the X Factor.
For sure. I'll end it off, man. I just want to start with these first 2 stats. First stat, Steve Kerr against the Celtics, 7-9, losing record. Since he started coaching, he's been 7-9 against the Celtics. And the other stat is, basically, GSW has their core group, Steph, Draymond, Clay, Looney. That little core has played 123 games of final NBA final games. So you got that narrative on like the Celtics, and to finish that stat with that, Celtics has 0. No player on their team has played an NBA Finals game. So you got these 2 things, and even with Chuck talking about Marcus Smart, Wingard, and Steph has shot his lowest 30%. Marcus Smart loves that matchup. You also look at the defense, like Keith said, like Chuck said, like Don said, defense, we done seen them go against the best of killers. In my opinion, the Celtics already have their NBA Finals 3 times already. Against the Nets, they swept them. Against the Bucks, they beat them in 7. Against the Heat again in 7. Superstar players, like he said, superstar talent. It's a journeyman of Tatum going through his superstar journey, and also the Celtics showing a toughness and grit. And then they go against GSW. You can also say they went against the Nuggets, they went against Dallas, and they went against Grizzlies, and they struggled against all 3 of those teams. So it's like,
I think I know where you're going, man.
Us personally, we have not seen GSW at their peak basketball.
How many games did we go through with the Nuggets?
What was it, 5?
5, gentlemen sweep.
Yeah, 5.
The next thing was what?
6.
Then the next 2 was what?
It was 5. But like, to get through it,
you call it a struggle, then? Hey, the person who gave us the hardest fight was the young.
If you watched it, you know GSW has not played their best basketball.
I told you they've been playing horrible,
but
and they still been whooping ass. Gentlemen sweeps is not struggling, bro. That's whooping ass. If you playing horrible and you still getting a gentleman sweep,
it's the way they play. The Nuggets.
What I'm saying,
Nuggets on. Let me get through my joint first, then we can go through it. Jokic, they only got Jokic on the Nuggets. That's it. Nobody. And they putting up a fight. Most of them games was still within 10 points. Grizzlies, Ja put up 47. You got Pat Bev on social media talking, we ain't let him do that. We ain't let him put up 47. Then the nigga came, then the other team without Ja get pushed into a game 6, then into a game 7. It just ain't
Desmond Bain.
just ain't have.
He's a gunner.
They ain't have Ja. So it
They play better without Ja.
But we all know as hoopers and watchers of NBA, you need that superstar no matter what.
You need
that close.
He also take away from like, well, what is Ja gonna do? What is Ja gonna do? Niggas have to step up and ball. They are professional fucking NBA players, man. What you talking about? Them niggas are professionals,
for
man.
sure.
You ain't playing no high school team, bro.
For sure, but
you can't say them niggas professional. They get $1 million worth of money, man.
Get to it, bro.
Go ahead, it's taking a long damn time.
Then we get to the Mavericks, bro. Luka putting up 40 down there every game except one. He don't got that much
he
help.
He can put up 40.
And now we go to the season.
The same thing happened with Jimmy.
They got Tatum, they got Brown, they got Smart, they got White, they got Horford, they got niggas that's gonna play D.
They ain't got don't say nobody on the bench.
And shoot they lights out.
They ain't got no damn bench.
You got 3 people that can score 30.
Nah, Grant Williams go crazy, bro. Don't tweak on him.
They got
Shorty nice.
They got D.
You got 3 people that can give you 90 right now. Marcus Smart, Jaylen Brown, Jason Taylor. They just did it against the Heat.
And just in my opinion, because I don't care what niggas say. GSW, as much as they gonna keep saying it, they need a nigga like KD with matchups like this. Because
I want you to.
Steph always folds in the playoff, in the finals. And he had one of his worst play. He's shooting 82% from free throw, and he's having one of his worst 3-point shooting seasons in the playoffs in his career.
The only thing I want you to do is
Clay. Let me finish. Clay.
Man, you long-winded.
Bro, we all going the same place, bro. We all done did the same amount of time. You ain't letting me finish, though.
Go ahead.
Clay coming off.
No.
He needs to wind down, man.
I don't want no
All the way over here,
right now.
steaming over here.
Shout out to Wayne the Rock, man.
But Clay ain't even on. Come on, man. Clay, he had a few good games. He had that one game 6 and with Memphis, where Clay is not the same. Poole is my only problem. So look, man.
Clay just had a decent game with the Mavs.
Decent, not great. You can't have a decent game with the Celtics, bro.
We just need what we need, man.
So I'm gonna just say Celtics in 7. Celtics in 7.
We split down the middle here.
I never seen this before. You room for the niggas that took you out.
Look, bro, I've been saying it. Look, man.
Yeah.
Celtics.
Well, you had enough time to join the bandwagon a little bit, y'all.
So now I'm a bandwagon.
I'm not gonna lie. The funny thing is, me and Meyer talked about this early before the season started. This is when they were talking about, yes, I made the mistake and I put all of my eggs in the basket of my stupid ass Lakers, and it was a shit show. I can agree to that. But I did tell them that the Boston Celtics will be a really good team.
You said
I did say, most people will say they'll finish 7th or 8th. They ain't gonna be the same. Yeah, they cool, but they really ain't got nothing. And you could just tell that they were just hungry, that the defense was still there, and they had some developing young players that was really with it. So I can't really be surprised that the Celtics are here. The hatred in me for the Celtics wanted them to lose every series. Mm-hmm. But as you hear the narratives and you hear what everybody's saying, they beat, superstars, man. And all 3 rounds, they fought each and every round. And do we really expect them to get to the finals and just fold like some hoes when they beat better isolation players and better one-on-one players, when they're really built for a team type of switch game? So we're going to see, man. We're going to see. We know Don will go with the Warriors. I'm for sure going to go with the Warriors. I want to see a certain legacy ready for Stephen Curry, the greatest shooter of all time. But my young Bulls, man, my boys, man, they say Celtics for the upset. And it wouldn't matter to me. I just want to go finals.
For sure.
Yeah.
And I'm going to put out 2 difference makers. For GSW, I think it's going to be Poole. I think Poole is going to be a great difference maker. Because like I said, Steph and Clay, they may struggle. And Poole, to be able to have their back is gonna be big because they gonna need it. And then for the C's, it's gonna be Marcus Smart, man. When Marcus Smart scores, they win. So if he is giving Steph problems and then going on the other side and making him work, we might talk less games than 7. But I ain't gonna say less games than 7.
Oh, okay.
It's gonna be Celtics in 7. That's what I'm gonna stick with.
I say Golden State no more than 6.
Yeah, GSW 6. Big 6.
We ain't going to game 7. We ain't doing all that. We ain't doing game 7.
I say Celtics in 7 because it's his last game. Like I said, you got 3 players that can get you 30. Last game against the Heat, Jason Tatum scored 26. Jaylen Brown scored 24. Marcus Smart scored 24. That's 75?
Yeah.
About 75 right there. That's estimate. About 75 points right there.
I don't know what type of shit you do right now, man.
About
You doing some what's that little etch a sketch shit, man? That shit ain't.
About 75.
I don't know what you talking about, man. These are the Warriors,
73?
What are you
He over here.
You carried a fold in that 7. 6 more points.
Add that to the. You are now looking at $1 billion man. Mama ain't raised no fool. Oh, he over here.
Right
Give
now.
me the beautiful man, Kevin Spacey in this mother.
That's about 75 right there. And then you got,
He believe in this stuff
and
too.
then you got Al Horford doing his thing with the rebounds, playing his defense. Marcus Smart playing his defense. I don't see what's the
I
problem.
think my man been copping drugs outside, man.
We'll see tomorrow, man.
But NBA Finals start tomorrow, man, Thursday. By the
Game
time you
1.
see this, you might see it tomorrow on
Game
Thursday,
1, go to the Dubs.
or you might see it after Game 1. So go ahead and enjoy the playoffs. Remember, like, share, and subscribe. And you let us know who y'all think is winning in the finals. Who is y'all difference makers? Spit y'all game under the comments, man. And then follow us on Instagram, like us on Facebook, and listen to us on all podcast platforms. Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, RSS. And then like Keith said earlier, we got vlogs coming out in the summer. We about to end our first season soon. And then after the first season is over with, we coming out with straight vlogs. We might come out with a couple of special pods, of course, for like NBA or even just like summer fling shit. You never know with us. But it's free game, man, and the game is free.
Definitely. Coming to an event near you.
For sure, man. So we'll see y'all. Free game, we out.
Yeah.